The worst thing about HeroQuest is ignoring the roll to move rule, which clearly only included for the juniors.
He would make a
when
great
I first
guest.
saw this, I had to get HeroQuest immediately.
Masters of the game.
And I was looking at it too to buy.
Go find a set of
And then when I saw his commercial, I'm like, I'm definitely getting this game.
These dice also represent the essential binary.
If this guy loves it, it's got to be a great game.
The monsters are either dead or alive. And the symbol of evil looks like a bunny rabbit if you turn it upside down. And that's why you'll hear veterans call them the bunny rabbit dice.
That's so funny.
Adorable bunny, symbol of immortal evil. The best thing about HeroQuest is
I'll keep it going.
Look at the muscularity. You are the barbarian, the greatest warrior of all. And they're not kidding. He throws 3 combat dice on attack by default.
No, they're not kidding.
No one can stand up to that. And that's without needing to get the road soaked. A barbarian.
Oh, what was this guy's name? Let me see. This is from Bardic
Broadcast.
Yeah, Bardic Broadcast. It's one of my favorite HeroQuest videos ever.
He's got a lot of other cool videos too with other games and like dungeon crawls and like The Witcher. He's got what else does he have? He's got like Warhammer quests and stuff. Warhammer, Age of Sigmar or stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out some more of his games. I would love to have him on one day if he ever could come on.
Oh, you got it. He's great.
Yeah.
Who's also one to have for dungeon crawls?
Who's that?
Rob Orn, Rob's Tabletop World. That guy's awesome. I love that guy, man. He's got all the miniatures. He teaches you how to paint. He paints the miniatures so well. He's got a lot of good skill and everything. And just the way he teaches the games, he plays the games as you learn them. So he'll show you the game live and everything. He'll play them out and stuff. He'll play the games. He'll show you everything. Tit for tat. I mean, just to say basically, he's really great. I totally recommend. He's cool.
I'll definitely have to check him out, man.
He's great to have on the interview. He does a lot of combat games too.
Mm-hmm.
Like different war games and stuff, like the old Avalon Hill and 3M games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bookshelf war games and stuff. He's got a lot of that. So if you ever want to do like a show with that he's your guy, man. I mean, him and Mo's Gaming Table. Yeah.
I'll check them out, man. I'll try to remember to check them out. Want to say hi to everybody. I'm Norm, and this is Vinny, and we are on Board Game Blast. And today we're going to be talking about the iconic board game HeroQuest. And for those of you who may have seen the video we had playing is one of my favorite HeroQuest videos done by what was his name? The Bardic something.
Bardic Broadcast.
Bardic Broadcast. Yeah, great video. Anyway, we're going to just basically talk about HeroQuest tonight. So anyway, this was a game I had done a top 100 list a couple of years ago, and this was my number one game out of all of them. Was this one? Vinny, what are your thoughts on it?
It's a blast. This game is a great, even like for beginners, it's a great gateway game into dungeon crawls. Although I said, there's a few other board games that aren't really that dungeon crawlish that I got into at first when I first started board gaming. HeroQuest, smacked those games out, and then all of a sudden, boom, this big Gigunda box full of dungeon crawling gameplay. It was can I say it on TV? I was screwed when I was screwed up, man. It screwed me up when I got into this.
Oh man.
I mean, the figures, the miniatures, you can paint them and everything, and just the dice battling and stuff, and all the rooms, the doors and everything, the furniture in there. I mean, what dungeon crawl game all of a sudden had furniture? I mean, there's Dungeon Saga too, but HeroQuest started it all back in 1988, 89, 90 or something like that.
Yeah, right around in there.
And then it spawned out other games. Dark World came out. But let's forget about HeroQuest. This one goes out to Matt Wilkins. I think Dark World is number one. Okay.
That would be. That's a game I want to get eventually.
Yeah, no, Dark World's cool
beautiful.
too, but this episode by HeroQuest, yeah. I just thought I'd do that one for Matt just as a joke, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate it. That's a fantastic looking game in its own right, for sure. I was reading a little bit about HeroQuest before we came on tonight, and I read it basically was kind of based off of Dungeons and Dragons. That was kind of the idea. And Dungeons and Dragons. I played it maybe once, like a long time ago, but you have like a storyteller, and then, he kind of guides you through the game, and you make choices and stuff, and that's kind of what I think. It was Games Workshop that they wanted to try to make some kind of a fantasy game, and that's HeroQuest is what they came up with. And I know the first time I had ever played it, I was gobsmacked. I was like, wow, I've never seen a game like this. And this was like a couple of years ago. I know there's a lot more dungeon crawls out there now, but man, it was just fun to play because you just never knew. This is
one the Godfather's board gaming and stuff, right? I mean, besides Dungeons and Dragons, HeroQuest, there's so much that entails in this, like Milton Bradley, board game. It's like, Milton Bradley came out with this dungeon crawl game from this spawn off, I guess, of what you said, Dungeons and Dragons. And it's true. I agree with you, because there was other dungeon crawl games and fantasy games back in the day from, I know there's one, Magic Realm or something like that from 3M Games or something like that, or is it Avalon Hill or something? Yeah. And I'm yet to even still figure out how to play that game. It's a bit confusingly complex, but I'm still at it sometimes of figuring it out. There's probably maybe one or two videos or something like that. I know one channel does like a whole saga of episodes, one by one, just everything thorough about the game. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to go off on a tangent. Back to mainly just stay on HeroQuest, though. HeroQuest, you got everything there. I mean, even the Bard is right. You're going to have, you can put other expansions just by just going up on eBay or something like that and ordering a few more, just the game boards and a box just to keep, multiple boards in. And you can have this big castle of an adventure and everything, and all the power of the DM. The DM screen is right there. And that dungeon master, when he lays it down or she lays it down, they lay it down. And it's a big challenge for all that to follow and go throughout the dungeon, with different things on order from the DM. And it's also choose your own adventure too, with drawing adventure cards, using whatever cards are in your hand to go through different multiple subjects and or situations. I mean, the game is just grand, all in this box. It's just, it's a mystical, magical game. I mean, the game is, it's no wonder why it's always on demand. I mean,
it's a phenomenal game. I'm looking through the contents, and I mean, the original has 31 monsters, 15 pieces of furniture, 21 doors, 66 playing cards, 6 dice, 4 here. I mean, and just so many components in this game. It's just insane.
And you can buy more too. And as I said, you can just keep on buying this for as long as you want, but I only have one box, one set. That's all I really need, Right. So, I mean, when I first started out with HeroQuest, I broke it out. I tore open the box, I ripped it up, and I slid the board on the table and everything, and then just started, getting all the pieces out carefully and gingerly, obviously. I mean, I don't want to break everything, but just out of excitement, all my friends and everything were staying, we just had pizza and stuff, and watched a movie and everything, and then we're on to getting psyched up about playing HeroQuest all freaking night. I mean, it was great. I mean, it's a grand slam game. You can't top this. And I'm glad they're coming out with the remake of it. I would get it for collectors' reasons. I think they should have made it a little bit different, close to Advanced HeroQuest. I know Advanced HeroQuest is out there. And that's like Warhammer Quest. That's like a step below Warhammer Quest. To me, they're both the same in a sense, But I mean, I'm just talking basically. I'm not going to go on the whole 9 yards and everything. But a lot of these games there's just so much fun. Hours and hours, days or weeks of play. It just everybody should be glad they had their copy and proud.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. There's so many things I love about HeroQuest. I think when I had done my review, I was, just reading through the rules. I'm like, just like, oh my gosh, that is cool. That is cool. That is cool. And I'll just give a quick, for those of you who have never played HeroQuest, basically what you have is you start off with a playing board that has a bunch of rooms in it. You have one guy who plays the role of Zargon, and there's a whole bunch of monsters and traps and furniture and stuff that he has, and he has like a little quest book that tells him where all these things go. Now, there's 4 different heroes you can choose from in the game, and 2 of them can cast spells. And you got spell cards amongst a lot of other things, but they have a quest to do, and Zargon's role is to stop them. And as you're going through the game, the heroes are going to be able to look to the left and to the right, and wherever they are looking, Zargon is going to place either monsters or doors or whatever's in the quest book in that location on the board. So, so that's one of the really cool things about it is like, you're not all the pieces are not on the board. They're going in there like little by little, and the monsters are showing up little by little. The traps, same thing. Oh, actually with the traps, you don't even know if you're hitting the trap until Zargon tells you, So, just phenomenal game. That's just the basis.
Get the game, folks. Just get it. Even if it's the new one too. Even if it's the new one, guarantee it's just a lot of fun.
I'm gonna put the new one up here real quick. Let me I have this what is it?
And they got expansions that you know about too, right?
Yeah, here's Hasbro.
For the original game.
Yeah, they have I have that page up too. This is gonna be there. This is Hasbro's here. I'll just scroll through.
I think Hasbro did a great job. I was thinking more Fantasy Flight Games would make it like how they made Talisman. But like they got it down to the T, I think, of like detail and everything. And it's like a souped up version of the original HeroQuest. And that's what I like about it. I mean, there's other things that maybe, like I felt like they could have put in it, for the price too. They could have put in, maybe like 1 or 2 expansions or something like that.
They have Keller's Keep and the Witch Lord up for Hasbro that they're made. I think those were what were those things called? Bonuses. But they've got like a whole bunch of these unlocks, like extra skeletons, a quest book from Stephen Baker. The quest book from just all sorts of different things got unlocked here, except maybe these 2. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty big game when it comes out. Oh yeah,
I'm stoked about it, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the old one's still good, but it could have some soup in comparison to what's next is coming out. I mean, this new one's coming out is like way to jam about that, that's going to be a good game.
That was a game I know a lot of people wanted re-released, and I think somebody tried to do a 25th anniversary one a while back, and for some reason it didn't go. But Hasbro, I think what was it? They had like a $1 million goal, and I think they made that goal in like 3
something like that.
And it took off from there. So. Yeah, and then, the game cost a lot of money anyway to get, and especially the expansion. So it'll be nice. I don't understand
though. I'm sorry, like I don't understand it. Like I do understand it in different ways. Yeah, but I just don't know why. I was thinking maybe. I mean, I know it's HeroQuest. I was thinking maybe, not to hit below the belt. And I don't mean anything bad or wrong. Never. I'm just saying, probably under $100. Mm-hmm. I can understand why the original would be above 100 because of the fact that, it's a collectible item, and the way it is, the way it was. Now this is like a new thing. It's almost as if like when they came out with Talisman, the revised 4th edition. That game, no matter what kind of Talisman you get, 3rd edition, 4th edition, those are like They went up in price, but they stay high at price. But originally, though, the one from Blackwood Games, something like that, the the Talisman. It was more, like it was less money, So I mean, I don't know. I'm just spitting in the wind. So I'm as I said, you gotta excuse me for that. I'm sorry about that. I don't mean anything bad and wrong.
No, not at all.
I respect all games, as you know. I mean, I may on my channel, I might joke around a lot about the games. I mean, I had to redo a game about a Ravenburgers game. That I did with garbage pails or something like that. Some kind of trash game, like not trash that it stinks, but no pun intended. I'm talking more like puns than I am about the games. The Ravensburgers game is about garbage pickup and recycle pickup.
Right.
So, but I was going to joke around about it and stuff, but I'm like, nah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, So I kind of kept it less jokey, So,
I hear you.
but back from the tangent, I was just saying that, like, my opinion, like it doesn't matter at this point because they already made it. It's already coming out, whatever.
Right.
So, who am I to say anything? I got no right in a sense, It's just an opinion in the past now,
Well,
so I might as well just, stop talking and just get on with the show.
I will say, I will say that, I'm curious to see how much the originals are going to go for after Hasbro's comes out. So
probably more
people. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think,
it's something of the past then.
Yeah. I think one of the great things is, you can, one of the cool things about it, like if you're able to finish the quest, you're collecting treasures and stuff and money. You can actually buy more like weaponry to use in the next quest, which this blew my mind. I'm like, now that is just cool,
Yeah, it's like Zelda,
just
in a way.
crazy. And another thing I really liked, like one of the traps is a pit. If you fall into the pit, but one of the actions you can do is you can search for treasure in the room and stuff like that, but you can actually search for treasure in the pit that you just fell in.
Yeah.
I mean, just so much stuff you can do, and another cool, and it's a great thing because, you can make, if you want to custom make your quest, you can do anything. I mean, literally anything. You can make your own story, make your own creatures if you want to. And actually I'll post this. I've got this page up. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Ye Olde Vin, but it's like a Heroquest page. And this has like, I think just about everything Heroquest. This has all of the expansions here. And like printouts too. Like if you wanted to get a printout of Keller's Keep or whatever, you can get the quest book, the cards, and you can print them out.
That's cool.
And even like with the miniatures, they have paper miniatures that you can print out if you want to.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, the regular miniatures would be great, but they are rare and they cost a ton of money. But actually, there's a guy that I saw that was actually making 3D printouts of these things, and he was posting them. Maybe he's done more of them, but he did a few of the expansions, I believe. But so many things are great about this game, and
it's like infinite.
Yeah, it is, and and of course the characters are pretty funny. My wife actually named the characters. I think she called one of them Barney the Barbarian.
That's cool.
Elroy the Elf or something like that. And she's just doing her little thing with it and stuff, and it was just funny. Let me see, where are we at here? There we go. So what are some other things that you like about Heroquest, Vin?
Everything you said, pretty much. I mean, I think we both took the words out of each other's mouths when we just like went on this exciting, tangent about this stuff. Like it's a great game. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything, any better than any other games too, but it is a top game. Mm-hmm. This game is top shelf on a board game shelf.
Oh yeah. I was just kind of looking at I've got the instructions here on my phone. I was just kind of perusing through them and stuff. And like, you know, all the creatures have like movement. They all have attack.
Their
power.
own thing, their own stats.
Yeah, they
everybody
some of
gets
them
their own
got
stats.
bells, you know, and yeah, just
Bells and whistles.
I
All the
remember,
toys.
like, how did you get your copy? Did you get it on eBay?
Yeah, I got mine in pieces because I kept on losing in the auctions. And I wasn't ready, too. That's the reason why, too. I kept on losing the auctions. So I said, you know what? Forget this. I'll just sit back, hang tight, save my money. I busted my ass, and I kept saving up money and everything to get piece by piece by piece, figure by figure. You know, I bought the figures in groups, you know, like however many that's amount of goblins and ghouls or whatever skeletons in here. You know, that's the amount that, you know, I got separate. I got the gargoyle separate. I made sure he was in tip-top shape before I bought him. The wings were separated. So, you know, spoof off that quote from that band, The Offspring, you can't keep them separated. You got to put them together. So, you know, you just got to get the super glue or model glue. Model cement, I think, works for me. You put a little dab on it, and then you put it together. It seals it shut nice and tight, you know, like how you would use to build model airplanes and like the old vinyl. Remember the old vinyl models you got?
Oh, yeah.
Like I had a few X-Men ones or something like that, and different comic book character ones, Savage Dragon and whatnot. And I would put them together using the modeling glue, model cement. It was like a clear gel, but you can brush it off and everything a little bit and just like have it like plaster over the cracks to seal it shut. Getting back on the subject with the figures though and how I got it and everything, just everything all separated piece by piece. I got the staircases and the tokens, different tokens separate. The board game is what I started out with, the game board and the box and the insert to the box. Those were my first pieces. Then I just gradually just went on. Whenever I saw something available and I knew I had the money for it, I grabbed it right away. I was so stoked and was like, just really excited hunt, you know, just to the hunt was on just to finish getting everything to complete the game. And I was so happy once it was all complete. Before it was complete, I was playing the game a little bit, seeing how it gets played. The dice I got separate. It was just, I didn't care. I was just crazy because, you know, you don't call it me, the insane board game freak for nothing. Yeah. So I was just patient though. Yeah. You know, like you just gotta be patient. You take your time and you could do it. You do it. You don't, you know, what do you got to lose? Nothing. I mean, nobody cares anyone now, you know, you just do what you got to do. And in time you get the game, you know, so nobody, don't ever feel discouraged or anything, you know, just keep it in mind and in heart and just go straight forward to it, man, like a battering ram. You get it. Oh, so yeah. that tooth and nail, man.
I know. I think I shared this story last week with me. I got my copy off of Facebook Marketplace by luck because I was selling, I think it was a game or two to a lady that had, and I was just meeting up with her at my outside my apartment, and we were talking a little bit about games, and she said, I want to be able to start up a board game group, and I need to get some games. And then she mentioned this Heroquest, and she got it a long time ago, and she barely ever played it. And so I said, really? Right. So I told her, the game's worth about $150, $200 or so. So if you like, I will find some games for you and match, about $200 worth of games and trade those for that. And so she said, okay. So I ended up trading about 40 games, and that's how I got my copy.
Good deal.
Great. It was a great trade for me. I mean, I had never, I heard a little bit about it when I first, I didn't know much about it, but once I started playing it, it was just kind of like, just wow.
Yeah. I first heard about this game back when it first came out. And I remember the whole, satanic panic, hype and everything. And everybody's like, no, you mustn't play that game. To me, I just thought it was good guys versus bad guys. And that's what it is. That's what you take it for, like a grain of salt, A grain of salt on the assault of the bad guys in this game. And, it was just, like so forbidden to have this game. One of my best friends had this game when he was a kid, and he broke it out of his closet. And he's like, I got this game, Heroquest. It's really cool. It's fun. You want to play it? He's like making up all these different scenarios himself and everything.
Right.
He breaks out the back of the booklet, but he photocopied it, So he wouldn't run out of room, and he has a whole bunch of other pages to write on. And he would make up his own game board. He'd go out to the arts and crafts store, or he would go to back then he had to go to the comic book stores in order to buy materials for board games, for models, for this, that. It wasn't just all, it was a hobby shop,
Mm-hmm.
And, he got the game boards that were all blank, quad fold, or just like how Heroquest is, like half fold. And he just, made up his own rooms. And I would always remember going over to his house to play. And, he'd say, yeah, now we played the original game. Now we're going to play my game. And it was cool. It was a lot of fun. He had the right idea. The dude was really smart at this. And, he made up a lot of house rules. The whole game was house ruled, because the house game.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so much fun. It was a blast. We'd have our friends over and stuff. Plus, also, not to break the subject, but if anybody knows, down in the comments down below, just be nice enough to write down. Does anybody remember? They were the size of they were maps that you used for either dungeon crawl and fantasy games too, like the old way you would play Dungeons and Dragons, and it was like a map, like a state map, of the state with the roads and everything, and it was about the same size, but they were like brown or tan color, and then they had really well detailed illustrations of a whole map, and the keys to and the statistics of each hero and everything going up against each bad guy. And you would play this game, you would have to collect a map of the desert. There was a forest one, there was a mountain one, a whole bunch of stuff, and it was really cool stuff. I mean, but that was then, this is now. So we're talking about Heroquest. Heroquest is great. Get the game. Don't be ashamed. Matt, join the dark side. Forget the dark world.
We know he hasn't got Heroquest yet.
We know you want Heroquest.
I'll do a Jedi mind trick on him. You will get Heroquest.
Yeah, right?
You will get, yeah. He's you guys, some of you guys may know Luke from Down from the Attic. He's a friend of ours.
And it was recently his birthday. Happy birthday, Luke.
Happy birthday,
Have
Luke.
a brighten up your day, mate.
Yes, he's a great guy. But he recently got Heroquest, and he made a video of because he just got it. He said, I'm going to do like a vlog journey of me learning the game, playing the game. He kind of did that throughout the video, and I don't want to give too much away, but he absolutely loved Heroquest. He absolutely loved it, and so
good. I'm glad, because if not, there's going to be a consequence. No, I'm kidding.
I think Matt would probably like it. It's because
we're going to kick him off his show. No.
Yeah. Let me ask you. I don't have advanced Heroquest. What's the difference between the two?
Okay, basically, regular Heroquest is the board, like a bifold board that opens up like a card,
right?
Like any other game board, and it has the furniture, it has all the miniatures in the game. You got your cards, so that's all in Advanced Heroquest. Advanced Heroquest is more challenging. There's more there's more difficulty levels and stuff, and slight twists, different ways of playing it, with the card play and the events that take place in the game. There's a lot of modular dungeon tiles, as the Bard would say in his video, the Heroquest, and that's basically it. I think it's more close to Warhammer Quest. Warhammer Quest and Advanced Heroquest, they're kind of like brothers, like what brother and sister in a way, You know what I mean?
That's another game I wanted to get was Warhammer Quest, and I actually had a chance a while back. I don't remember how long ago it was.
Yeah, me too, man. Now it's like
yeah, it's like
I don't even
$1,000.
want to say it.
Yeah,
I know. I don't want to say it. It's like
yeah.
I don't even want the game no more, man. It's
No,
like
I would have to like literally rent the game now, you know. So, but
or just get a new car for that matter.
yeah,
It's
I'll
like sorry.
tell you what, I'll show.
Oh,
I have a screen here of some pictures of HeroQuest from Board Game Geek. I'll share some here just for fun. There is a meeple there. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. And he's on the stretcher, the torture chamber.
Yep. There's a dwarf card. There's Zargon.
Oh no, wait, he's a wooden meeple?
No, well,
it's
he
a
had
wooden meeple. So yeah, they probably got like the circle saw is gonna get him.
yeah. That's
Uh-oh.
It was just like, yeah, there's some of the miniatures there, and Luke did a great job of painting these. I would wish
He sure did.
Yeah, I wish I had like the guts to paint these things. You know, I've never painted a miniature before, but I guess I'm going to the French version here now or whatever. But yeah. The artwork is, you know, game's got a great theme too. I mean, the cards, the characters, the dice, you know, just everything. There's the board. Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's a picture of it. I want to get that game, and it's the sister HeroQuest. It's called Space Crusade.
Yes,
I would like
that's
to. That's
another one.
That was, I think, their second dungeon crawl that they did. Only it was from space, and I had an opportunity to get that game too. It was like $150, and it was complete. And
I know
I didn't take it. You can get it for probably about that much, but that's okay. You know, the game will always be around on eBay, and you know.
Yeah, you know something? Things go out of style. So, you know, like my grandpa always said with clothes, you know, you wear something long enough, it goes back in style. You play something long enough, it might go back in style in this case, but after a while, it'll always be and remain a classic in the past, present, future. This game is timeless. But I think that after a while, you just be patient and everything. People out there, you want your copy and everything of anything. It'll go down. You know, all things pass, you know? So I mean, I sure picked a heck of a time becoming optimistic, you know, but that's just the way I am, you know, like you got to keep a positive mental attitude. So, and if you can't get any games and you research enough and you know how to play the game, you understand it like the back of your hand, inside and out, you know, like your shirt, just make up, you know, like don't like, you know, like, do it like the way, you know, like just make up your own copy is what I'm saying, you know. Like you can always look up pictures and stuff, or make up your own dungeon tiles too, or your own, you know, HeroQuest board, and just you know, like get whatever kind of figures you can get, you know. Or if you want to be creative, you can make them out of clay, and you can put them in the oven and then bake, you know, the sculpting clay in the oven. You know, that's what I did with Christmas ornaments back then, you know, and different little figurines and stuff that I had. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to do that. I used to make my own little figures and stuff, and you know. But yeah, of course, it was stationary. But
I'm going to show you a picture, Vinny. I don't know if this is what you were talking about. Does that look familiar? This is a HeroQuest map of some kind.
But made from HeroQuest for HeroQuest?
I believe so. It says HeroQuest Old World Map is what it's called. I'm guessing this comes from like one of the expansions. I know they made a lot of things outside of the expansions too. I believe that you could add to the game. But yeah, I didn't know if this was what you were talking about earlier.
It could be slightly vaguely familiar, but I remember it being like, you know, like at the gas stations or something like that, or like the Wawa stations or something like that. I don't know, Circle K. I don't know what you guys got out there. I know we got 7-Eleven, and we got the Yeah, like any convenience store, gas station place, you get like the maps of the state, like the state of New York, the state of Jersey, the state of Alabama, or whatever. Louisiana. Like you open up the pamphlet and then you read the map. That's how these maps were, and on the front cover was the map of what you were going to be getting inside that pamphlet, and then you unfold the pamphlet, which is the map of the whole area that you're going to be having your quest in, your adventure. And then it has like a key of what all the symbols mean and what things mean on the map. And then you also, I don't think you had figures or miniatures that went along with this game. It was a role-playing game. Mm-hmm. And all it was a collection of these maps that you would get. And they were really like hard card stock, not like with the linen finish like how we have with the nuke style games, but it was like a regular card stock instruction booklet. And you can laminate it, but I think they already came laminated, maybe like some kind of waxy finish, like laminated finish or something, right? Like a matte photo finish, maybe. Not Matt the board game guy. Matt, or Matte, mate, like latte.
I was gonna look up. I was looking up like I guess a review when it came out, and this game was definitely something that started up a genre of its own. It's the dungeon crawls and stuff. It was originally it was maybe more geared for kids at first when they first came out with it. But man, it now, I mean, with the internet and everything like that, I mean, there's Heroquest Facebook pages. I mean, Heroquest, everything, it's got a cult following even 30 some odd years later. Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
I think that the adults, invaded their kids' rooms, basements, whatever, and they took the game away from them, saying it's a satanic panic, but it really wasn't. It was the fact that they were panicking that they weren't going to be able to get the game because it was so popular back then. They wanted it for themselves to play. That's the reason why. Now I'm on to it. I know. That's the fact, Jack, because this game rocks. And you can't blame the adults for wanting to get the game from the kids, like I think definitely. It had to be. Could it be? I'm only joking around. But for lots of reasons, mostly by what you said in the beginning of this episode, is that most dungeon crawls and fantasy games, preferably the beginner ones like Dungeons and Dragons, when the adults found about this game too, they definitely got involved big time. I saw this game in comic book stores, hobby shops, everywhere back in the 80s, early 90s, and they would fly like hotcakes off the shelves. It was a really popular game, and it still is. So
I was looking on eBay just to see what the prices were for going for some of these expansions now. Like
this game was $30 back then.
I know. Well, a lot of the expansions were only released in Europe too.
Yes.
So that's why a lot of them are more expensive. Like Keller's Keep. But the Return of the Ogre Horde is the most expensive one, I believe.
Right.
And I think that I've seen that one go for about $700-800 or something. Someone's trying to sell what is that? $1,500. That's crazy. Ain't nobody gonna pay no $1,500.
Yeah, that's what I don't get it, man. Like, I know it's on demand, but let's give some people a break. That
I am hoping.
I gotta say.
I am hoping that. Let me put this up here from Johnny here.
Who's that?
That's
Johnny. Hey, yo, Johnny, how you doing? Can I just say something to Johnny real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny, I'm really sorry about not getting back to you in time today, but those 3 games that you had, in the comments down below in this episode, I wanted to answer your question about those. Those are great games, really cool, fun, games to play. You know, they're like carnival games to me in a way, and really good dexterity games. Those were the first dexterity games of that kind of dexterity back in the day. Those are the doorbusters right there. Those are the ones that started it all for dexterity, pretty much. I mean, the old Godzilla game too from '65, whatever. You got to flick the disc on the target, and there was other dexterity games back then too. But those ones that you have, he's got. I don't know if you want me to name the names, but he might want to just have them. Yeah, in case he wants to do a review about them. Yeah, I don't want to spoil. Yeah, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but he has 3 games, and Johnny, those are really good games. They're really fun. I would like to, see if I could try to find a copy of those games too. So one of the games is like a target game. The other game is like another target game too, but it's a 2-player game, and you're firing bullets and missiles at your targets. And then there's one with like they're almost like rubber bands, and you got to roll a dice for movement and stuff. That's all I got out of it so far. My research, because I was at work when I saw the message. So, but those are good games, Johnny. So
here's a picture of Space Crusade. It's a smaller picture. That was like the game, the second dungeon crawl game that came out. It looks like a great game too. That's but Heroquest is like the only dungeon crawl game I've played. I actually have this is a game coming out called, I believe it's called Tailmore, and it's a scan and play dungeon crawl where you actually use your phone, and there's like these little scan codes.
That's cool.
And you can scan the cards, and it basically works. It basically plays the part of the person that runs the rolls and stuff like that. And it's basically one of those things. You use the app on the phone and stuff like that, and you can play a solo game. You can, and they're constantly their goal is that they're going to constantly be adding adventures and things like that to the app, so you can just play. There's endless possibilities, but basically, I haven't played it yet, but it looks like it plays a lot like HeroQuest, but you just have a phone where you're scanning the different pieces and the different tiles, and then basically just tells the entire adventure on the phone. So I have to review that one and check that one out. We have it, but it looks really, really cool.
I saw the title of that game, but I never knew much about it really. And then until when you came up with that, advert on on YouTube, it just looked like a really cool, interesting game. I'd love to play that game. That game looks really fun. So
I'm gonna try to learn it in the next couple of days. I'll definitely let y'all know what I think. I can't keep the game. I gotta ship it to somebody else, unfortunately, but that's okay because it'll be my second dungeon crawl. Are there any other dungeon crawls that you have, Vinny, that you like?
There's a lot out there. I mean, there's a lot with what do you call it? Dragon Strike from D&D. That one's cool. Key to the Kingdom. I know it's more like a fantasy game. It's not really dungeon crawlish that much. It's more like an action adventure fantasy game,
Right.
The classic Dungeon, that old game Dungeon from back in the day from TSR. That game's a grand slam, That kind of started out. I think maybe
that's a game I want to get.
Yeah, HeroQuest. I would say, if I had to think about a timeline, I would think that HeroQuest, the people that made it, it was a big influence probably from Dungeons and Dragons, the dungeon crawl maps. When you would play the role playing games, those old ones back in the day, because those boxes, those books also came with maps and stuff that you could move the miniatures on,
mm-hmm.
or different player marker pieces. They were like paper, and then you can fold them up in triangles and move them around the board. But also, I'd say Dark Tower's in there a little bit, with going around with different events and stuff. And what the hell else was I going to say? The old game Dungeon, moving around to going to each room, fighting monsters,
mm-hmm.
Battling it out and getting treasures and getting different weapons and stuff, and the wizard would have to get their sorcery, magic tricks and stuff like that. But HeroQuest, this game is punk rock. Everybody's like wondering what the heck's he doing under the table there. Like, yeah, I had my wristbands on. This game is punk rock. Hardcore, man.
Oh yeah.
Hardcore gamers up there. Yeah, get HeroQuest and get your gear on, get ready to play. Because when you come to my house, tons of wicked, dangerous house rules, ready to, bust a can open, and
the one thing I really like, one of the reasons why I started a vintage board game channel, well, it was kind of like, I kind of fell into it, because
you easily fall into this game. I fell for this game when I first saw it on Google Images. I was looking up dungeon crawl games,
right?
And then that's when I saw a little bit more on eBay and stuff. And then that's when I looked it up. I saw videos about it, and the first video that I saw about it was the Bard, and then that was it. That just screwed me up. I fell right in, So I must have like a whole lot of gameplay in me of this game, to like drive me nuts over it. So. But
they made some fantastic games back in the day, and
there's a lot of thought back then. There was, they must have been thinking about this game for a long time, for years, since early '80s, maybe, or something like that, to think about this production and keep it a secret that nobody else would beat them to it to make this game. There was a lot of thought into it, and I see different influences with Games Workshop and stuff. I think maybe they could have helped them out with different ideas. They could have had friends. I don't really know, all the facts about it, research wise and stuff that much, but I don't know. Does it all matter at the end of the day? Yeah, to educate you for knowledge and stuff, and that's why we're having this episode too. But like, at the end of the day, I don't think about that. I just think about cracking the box open and just open up a can of whoop ass this game. So it's a great battle. I mean, you get into it. Everybody I play the game with, they all get into character. It's like a role playing game. It's a role playing game to me.
Yeah.
The dungeon master's got to get into role. And you got to get into the role when you roll the dice. Hey, yo.
Well, I think one of the great things about the game, and I know. My understanding is that they were looking for a way to play Dungeons and Dragons, but with a board game where there was like a limit on the board. The one thing I love about the game is the fact, like when you take, one of the barbarian or some character you are out, and you can look around, and then you have no idea what's in front of you. The door will appear, and then you can open the door. You can look around. You can look for traps. You can look for treasures. There could be a monster in the treasure. There could be, it's just unbelievable to me. And the furniture pieces the furniture pieces are really cool too.
Everything's sculpted so well. There's a lot of talent put in this game. A lot of talent was put in this game. It's got good quality pieces, very well detailed. They didn't just, make something and like have you fold out cardboard pieces and everything to make, the furniture in here beats the heck out of Ethan Allen. That furniture store, I don't know, man. I know.
That would be kind of funny if Ethan Allen would take some of the HeroQuest furniture and put it on a shelf and sell it for like as much as the regular furniture.
And now we have the HeroQuest collection. And in the HeroQuest collection, we have the stretcher when you're on the rack for the big attack. And it's like, that's for something different. We won't describe that.
Right.
But what do you call it? I'm only came out that. Excuse me for that. But they got the treasure room and stuff like that, or like the alchemists. I don't know if Ethan Allen would actually want to have all his chemicals and everything and around on their, furniture and stuff. So, give it that authentic look for all visitors to go through the store to pick out which one they want.
Didn't they have an online version of this game at one point? That you could play on?
Yeah,
I'm sure they have.
I thought I saw some different episodes or something like that from different different shows on YouTube or something like that. They had live playthroughs and stuff like that, and other episodes of different shows. They had a program of people playing it live in the squares, almost like the Brady Bunch look. I don't know if anybody's too young for the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch had squares, and at the beginning of the theme song, they would look around, at each other. But you would do like split screens, and then they would have like people, and you would have to wait your turn, and you would see and know because the camera don't lie, So, but the people, like, let's just say, for example, I'm player one, right?
Right.
So player one, I would roll a dice. I do my thing. DM would tell me what to do with this, that, and the other thing. Choose your own adventure kind of stuff. That's what this game is. And then the next player would go. When the next player goes, you would see on their screen, on the same one screen, what they would be doing. But then you would have to move your pieces too. So if it was a 4-player game, the warriors, the dwarf, the wizard, the elf,
Right.
you would move all the characters on your board in your room that you're in, because obviously you're separated from everybody else. One person could be playing and they're in Italy. The other person could be in Germany, Japan, USA, England, South America, and then everybody would join together, and any other countries I left out, don't mind me. I'm sorry. It's nothing bad or wrong. I'm just saying, you're just going to be separate, and then it could be in the same state. People can be playing in California, and everybody's all, scattered. They take their turns, and then at the same time, while they're taking their turns, that player would have to move their pieces too in their spot on their board. So everybody would be breaking out the game Heroquest and playing it separated, but yet together, if that's all understood.
Yeah, that would be. I'm imagining now they probably have ways to play it online. I would love to see what would happen if they could make it like, say, an 8-player game or something like that. I mean, they could literally make it, they could make it whatever they wanted to. I guess we got a couple more minutes here. I'm gonna. I guess.
Anybody want?
Oh yeah, wait. Here's one. Here, I'll give this comment a show here. Filming a game would be fun for your channel. You could edit it down to a reasonable length and add commentary. Get Vin to curate the soundtrack. No.
Oh wait, he wants me to do my theme music?
He says to curate the soundtrack, so yeah, that would be you. That would be all you.
That's funny.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I guess if the way to film a reasonable length would be to do a time lapse, because the review I did on that game took about a half hour because it's like there's no way. I don't know how you can make a short review of that game because there's so much going on.
I would probably review this game in pieces, probably a few episodes. Yeah. I mean, people who watch my show, they know how I am. I can either put you to sleep or I can just, keep you in excitement to see what next, silly joke I'm going to do or ridiculousness while I'm reviewing the game, and also keep you on your toes while reviewing the game because I give the instructions quite rather very thoroughly, and, tit for tat, I give the directions, the instructions, I go over everything. I go over the pieces, the parts, the box sometimes, mainly I mostly go inside and out of the instructions. That's so that, people have an idea of how to play the game. So I would probably make a few episodes of this game. I don't, and my camera always shuts off, at like 24 minutes to like 30 minutes, tops the most. So, but I would just, make like different episodes. That's all. And whoever they would always be there for people who would ever want to watch it at any time. They don't have to sit through and fast forward and rewind. They can just, oh, I know this episode of this, or this one is for that. So that's how I would do it.
Yeah, and well, yeah, Vinny's got a good channel, y'all. He's got so many games. Oh my gosh, I mean, my old garage I wouldn't even be able to fit him in all of my garage. You got so many, and that's okay. All right, well, here's my. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say I have a 10x10 room, which is the studio that I'm sitting in right now.
Right.
And wall to wall, all games, and then I have shelves in front of a shelf, of like all games. So if I ever have to find a needle, or if I drop the coin or a board game piece or something like that, and I gotta find the box or the piece that's missing, I'm messed because it's gonna be like forever and a day to find it. Like I'm gonna be like really, really. Let's just say I'm gonna have to keep my patience. I'm gonna have to really keep my patience for trying to find the stuff. But yeah, never mind me. Go on with you're gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna close the show out with this, the new Heroquest coming out here. And
yeah.
Oh, here we go. Someone's asking, what's the name of your channel? It's the Insane Board Game Freak Show. Yeah, that's what it's called. And actually, I have a playlist of some of Vinny's games on my channel now. If you like the older games. Let's see here. I'm going to share this screen here with everybody.
And also, Norman.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell that viewer that just made that comment about the interest of my show. Tell them about the other board gamers out there too that you interviewed and that have the other channel too.
Yeah,
you have on your channel that you could look. They can look up on your set.
Yeah, sure. Well, if you like the older games, Matt Wilkins, he has Star Wars Expanded Universe, but he has a whole bunch of vintage board game reviews too. Bernardo from Tabletop Island has a great selection of games. A lot of them are from Waddington's. Luke from Down from the Attic. He's from England. He's got a fantastic channel. He does some great editing. Him and Bernardo both. Of course, Vinny. Yep. Trying to think who else. I know there's Jamie. That's Board Game Man. Yeah, he does the older games too, and there's a few of us out there that do the older games now. So feel free to check them out. I don't know if Jamie has Heroquest yet, but we'll see if we can convince him to get it.
Did they have a card game?
Heroquest have a card game? They probably did.
I think they did. I remember seeing something about Heroquest, the card game.
Let me look at
that was interesting.
Yeah,
I'm like, how do they make that a card game? There's so much entailed involved.
It actually is coming out this year, apparently. Here, I'll share the screen. Let me find it here. Share screen. All right. It is right here.
Come on.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep, that's it.
Heroquest, the card game.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this. Let's see. Has it been released yet? Let's see. Let me see if it's.
Well, now we do. We all know now.
Oh, it's Hasbro's releasing it. That's okay.
Hasbro, we're on to you. I'm definitely getting that.
Let's see. It's you make it out of the dungeon together, defeat Zargon, choose a hero. After playing a card, the action phase begins. Don't have a lot of time. This one's quick to play, makes a compact dungeon crawl experience. Okay. Well, I'm going to check out the pictures here. Let's take a look at some of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, everybody's foaming at the mouth for it. We all want to see this card game.
Yeah, let me see. I can't.
Nice.
Return one random card. You need an extra skull to defeat the Dread Warrior. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, definitely. It looks like Heroquest to me. It just has these different cards here. Let's see. Got some more here. Let's see what those are.
That's gonna fly. That's gonna really, go like hotcakes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would see. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a quicker game with Heroquest.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. And now that we just said it, and showed it.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Hasbro.
I'll have to see when this is coming out. I'm curious now. Wow, a lot going on with that. That's very cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll have to look out and see when they're going to come out with that game. That would be one my wife and I would play because both of us like HeroQuest.
Yeah.
But one thing about the game though is you have to have time to play it. I mean, the setup time, it doesn't have a lot of setup time.
I know. Yeah, well, that's just it. It's the whole thing. Having the patience to set up the game and everything. You got to make sure you have the right people who will wait and help you set up the game too. And, just want to sit around and finish up the game because the game takes a while. It takes a long time in a sentence, right? I mean, it can go from like an hour and a half, maybe like 2 hours or more,
But it's a great game though. I mean, every game.
But time flies when you're having fun playing HeroQuest.
Yes, it does.
So,
all right, y'all. I'll show you all this. This is the Hasbro version coming out. I think it's coming out in fall, November 6th. No, wait, that's the looking to ship around fall 2021. Anyway, yeah.
They said that last year.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They're gonna keep us in stitches.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Those miniatures look really good.
Yeah,
some of these are like exclusives. My understanding is they're only going to make some minor changes, but they're basically going to keep the game the same, which I think is very good. But yeah, they're going to be releasing Keller's Keep and I think Return of the Witch Lord as well. There it is. But hopefully they'll release some of the other ones too, like the ones that are from England that you can't.
I think they will. Yeah, all in good time. Don't rush Super Genius. Yeah. Hasbro's on the right track, and when they come out with this HeroQuest and the expansions and the card game, I think there's going to be more to come with this series, HeroQuest, and or they could probably come out with something different that's like HeroQuest, but it's going to be like a twist, maybe something like Warhammer Quest or Advanced HeroQuest. Yeah, because they're going to know that people want the game. It's in great demand for the Warhammer Quest. So why not make up something like that but different because of copyright, like rules and regulations, whatever.
Right.
And just make up. I think that's a great idea. And if I don't get credit for that, then
right.
No, I'm kidding. But like that's my opinion. That's my idea. Positive outlook, optimistical outlook. Just I think so people who want to get Warhammer Quest, but they can't at the moment because even I can't. I mean, I'm not. There's no way I'm saving up my money for that like that. No offense, but like I would just make up my own Warhammer Quest and just keep it in my collection, and not show anybody. I'm not going to like commercialize it or anything, because that's illegal. But like I would just make up my own Dungeon Quest game like that. But there's another game like HeroQuest before we go, and that's a lot of people gave it a lot of they really shunned this game. I forget the name of it, but it's in a square 10x10 box. Venture something, Dungeon Venture or Venture Quest or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just like HeroQuest, but like different and more basic. Like they kind of like took a lot out of HeroQuest and made it the way they did. Venture something. And the box is like blue and they got the characters like some kind of like spoof off of like Red Sonja's on the box cover or something like that.
Right.
But I like it. I think it's a great game too. For like as a gateway game, and even a gateway game into Heroquest, and then you go for Heroquest. Then it's got the same kind of gameplay, but that's basically it. That's all I got to say about it. That Hasbro, I think Hasbro would probably make something, just like the Warhammer Quest, but a little bit more affordable. Because let's just face it, I mean, you're right.
I would like to see Hasbro come up with some more games for people, not just like games like Trouble and Monopoly and stuff, but actually games like some of these games that we get from the smaller companies, like more serious, deep games. As big as their company is, that I would love to see them kind of make more, games like, I guess like say Catan or something like that. But as big as their company is, I mean, and as many Monopoly games as they seem to produce on a daily basis, different ones, I would love to see them try to, as opposed to like making variants of games, but to come together. They will. I hope so. I would love to see that.
You never know who's listening and watching this episode, so
yeah.
I mean. Not that I have like a secret crew that's watching, but
yeah, and I had,
what we're saying though could be picked up, and I think it should be because they're great ideas. I think they're splendid because you can have so much fun with board gaming, and in this day and age too. I think since the pandemic happened, people staying at home playing games, it opened up people's minds, vastly. That the floodgates opened up, and pouring out was all these board games onto people's tables in their homes, and their own safety and welcoming and stuff, and friendliness and familyness. Everybody's going to want to be playing board games, and Hasbro's a well-known company. They do make great games. So, and I'm not kissing butt, but I'm just saying they do, in my opinion. And the fun factor of even the old games from the 60s, like the Let's Go Joe board game I reviewed, and Capture Hill 79 from G.I. Joe. They had miniature pieces. They were the old, like, green, waxy kind of army men, army soldiers, but, and the different plastic weaponry and stuff like that. But, who cares? It was cool, and that's what they had back then, so be proud of it,
I think I know our next episode. I think we'll talk G.I. Joe games.
Oh, dude, I got like all of them, man. The only one I don't have is the G.I. Joe 60s infantry board game. The Submariner one. Not Submariner. The Frogmen one. And then there's another one, the Paratrooper. Those are the only three that because they are very basic and they're more, for kids, back in the day, But adults who love G.I. Joe and kids who love G.I. Joe collect them. Families who love G.I. Joe would collect them. And they would have a lot of fun with those games. Hasbro's great. And I give them kudos and a salute from yours truly, Board Game Freak.
Well, I'm glad that Hasbro decided to tackle the HeroQuest thing, to finally bring it back after 30 years. So I'm glad that they decided to do that. So we'll see what happens.
That's a lot of guts. That's a lot of business guts too,
Yeah,
so business-wise, yeah, I think we both got the right ideas what Hasbro should do.
Yeah. Well, I think the game looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a huge seller. So, thing is, it's going to probably open up even more doors for more people to play and more people to come up with ideas for the games and the quests. So it'll be exciting to see.
Yeah. Would you want to do an episode of Dark Tower maybe too? Compare and contrast.
Oh, I would
maybe have
I have Dark Tower. Do you have it?
Yeah. I don't have the new one though. I know Bernardo does.
Bernardo has the new one. I don't have the new one yet. We could certainly try. You know, I know that
That's a
game
great
got
tip.
an interesting history for sure.
So
but
tune
yeah,
in, everybody.
we will.
Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
let's try to do like either GI Joe or Dark Tower next week sometime, and we'll see if maybe we can get Bernardo on. Or I know, I think I don't know if he's still recovering from his dental work, but we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear about that. Is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's fine. He's fine.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to sign off. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for your comments, and I hope you all enjoyed it. We will see you guys next week. Keep on gaming.
All right. So long, everybody. Have a good one.